All right, hello everybody. This is Alex, and I believe that I'm going to be taking the day off today. Feel very bad right now. I won't get into details, but I'm feeling pretty sick, and so I've decided after about an hour and a half of mulling it over to just not trade today. Obviously, I did take one trade. That's why I'm making a recap. It was like the easiest and cleanest trade of all time on this thing on ADMP. I'll back it up so you can see here. I'm really not going to give a ton of detail, but this is basically what I was looking at, and there is recent COVID news on this to do with the development of a treatment, and it's not really all that positive, but it doesn't have to be with COVID news. So anyway, I was looking for the break of 106, risking off $1, and I decided to preempt that a little bit to make the ratios work, the math, because if I took the entry at 107, then I would need too big of a move, and I wasn't very confident that we would get it. Now, it only took a minute or something, and then I found myself selling. And the reason I found myself selling was not a good one. It was because I got a phone call, and it was a very important phone call that I couldn't say no to. And that rarely happens, especially not at, 10 after 9 or whatever. But I decided to close the trade as a result of not only that phone call, but also my physical condition. I closed the trade there, taking 9 cents or whatever it was. Looking back, I probably could have gone a bit heavier on the share size, but because of my physical state, I didn't want to get too deep into something. And this is really a bummer to me because I got a couple things on my watch list that I do feel good about. I mean, OBLN's not really one I planned on touching. I feel like that's already too crowded. 17 million shares and the bell hasn't even rung yet. So there's a couple things, but costs, for example, I'm looking for a bit of a short squeeze there. SPI, which is a massive former runner, as you may remember from December, whatever it was there, or September rather. Anyway, so I'm closing it up. I'm not 100% sure I'm done for the day. I might actually go back to bed and try to just take an hour and a half nap and get rid of this feeling. But for now, I'm feeling like it's dangerous for me to trade. So I'm trying to do the responsible thing and just close right away. And, I'm okay with the winner. I would rather use this early trade pre-market as a cushion to get heavily involved in other stuff. But I just don't think the reward potential is worth the risk of the mistakes I might make when I feel like this. So here's a look at my trade log that I just updated here. I guess I made 8% on that trade, which again, damn, I probably should have taken 2,000 shares if I was trading that at all. And I guess that's kind of a sign that this is the right move to close because I didn't even realize that I wasn't even able to do the math that 500 times 103 equals just barely over 500. That's probably a sign that it's not going too well. And then here's my daily results so far. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure that I am closed, but if I do, this will be my daily result for today. And a little side note, I couldn't help but notice that I finally made something in the Forex market. So this offset column over here on the right, this basically what it tells me now in this account is going to be the USD Canadian dollar exchange rate. And I have to say, I'm not at all used to this, by the way. This isn't how I normally do things. I usually book all my stuff in Canadian. But for YouTube, I'm doing it in American. And this, I gotta say, is pissing me off so far. That every day I'm swinging up or down $20, $15. And now finally I got the first green day, so to speak, on the exchange rate. But anyway, that's a side note, doesn't matter. But anyway, I'm really going to have to cut this off. I mean, it's been a choppy open so far, but I mean, I'm sitting here making a recap and I'm seeing a double bottom on OBLN that looks like it's probably going to retest high a day. ADMP squeezing, ACRS is beasting a little bit. So I don't have the focus right now. I can barely see straight. So I'm not at all going to get involved in this, but it is tempting. So I really need to close this and get a solution to this problem. So that's going to be it for me, and good luck, guys. If you're active today, I hope you did well, and I'll talk to you next recap.